Welcome to More Than a Song, where you get a chance to experience great music in an intimate concert setting. I'm Denise Graves, and today we'll feature Jeanne Johnson. The gracious, soft-spoken singer performed with her husband Bob for over 38 years as members of the Gethsemane Quartet and then the famed Speer Family before launching their solo careers. They have won Dove Awards and have been seen on Christian television for many years, including performing on the popular Gaither Homecoming projects. Let's take a listen to the performance.
I'm not trying to find just some new frame of mind that would change my old point of view. For I've been through it all, deep inside, nothing's changed, I'm not new. I'm not seeking a gift or emotional lift, but one thing I'm longing to do is to lift up my cup and let you fill it up with just you. More of you. Just more of you. More of you. Of things I've had my fill. Yet I hunger still, empty and bare. Lord, hear my prayer for more. I have searched all around in the husks that abound, but I find no nourishment there. Now my strength's almost gone, and I feel the pull of despair. Yet my thirst drives me on, and I stumble along over ground so barren and dry. For the spring's just ahead, living water, Lord, fill me, I cry. With more of you. You know, we can do all things through Christ, who gives us the strength day by day. I can do all things through Christ, who gives me But sometimes I wonder what he can do through me. No great success to show, no glory on my own, yet in my weakness he is there to let me know his strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us when we can't carry on. Raised in his power, the weak become strong. Yes, we do. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. We can only know the power that he holds when we truly see how deep our weakness goes. His strength in us begins when ours comes to an end. He hears our humble cry and proves again his strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us when we can't carry on. Raised in his power, the weak become strong, 'cause his strength is perfect. His strength is perfect.
I hope you enjoyed that first set. Today, when Jeanne is not singing and traveling, she spends her time surrounded by her family, citing two precious granddaughters as the light of her life. Recently, Terry Black sat down with Jeanne Johnson to catch up on her story.
Jeannie, we're so glad to have you here. And, you know, I want, there's so many that already know about you, but for those who don't, let's find out a little bit about who you are.
Okay.
You started singing when you were very young.
16 years old.
16 years old.
Yes.
Wow. And you sang professionally since you were 16.
Well, I started out singing in a group that we traveled part-time on the weekends.
Oh,
went to work on Monday through Friday, and then went out and sang on the weekends.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
so you had a very busy life, didn't you?
But you know, initially I started singing in the church when I was just a little girl.
Oh really, gospel music.
Right.
And as you have continued singing, I saw that you were with a quartet called the Gethsemane Quartet. And then you sang with the Speer Family. Now, in that midst, you met your husband.
I did. When I was with the Gethsemane Quartet, a young man that was singing with us left the group, and we needed somebody. So that somebody was Bob.
Oh.
He came and sang with the group, and eventually we fell in love and got married.
And then you traveled together. You stayed together as a singing duo.
Yes.
And one of the highlights I had is that you were on PTL.
Right.
Right? For a number of years.
I think maybe about 12 years
12
we were there.
years. And so what was your role on PTL?
Well, I sang a lot.
Okay.
I worked as a producer.
Oh my.
Anything that had to be done, you know how that is.
Yes,
when you
that's
work in
right.
Christian television, you
That's
do
right.
whatever. So, those were great years for us.
Oh my
They really were.
goodness. I saw some fun video, like everybody in tuxedos and the big hair.
Big hair.
And it just seemed like it was a real time. It seems like your call as a singer was to really minister to the body.
Yes, yes. And then, you know, when PTL fell apart, Bob and I just really felt a calling to travel and sing to people that were hurting all over the United States. We went
Did you really?
Canada, some foreign countries.
Oh, really?
So we traveled quite a bit of our lives.
And you sang gospel music.
Yes.
Did you ever sing original music, or did you sing songs that you handpicked?
Mostly hand-picked songs.
Okay.
But I wrote one song.
Oh, okay.
My whole entire life, one song.
Oh, really?
We actually recorded it on one of our CDs.
Oh, did you?
It's called "We're Going to the Other Side."
Hey, that's a good song to sing.
It
We
is.
are going to the other
Yes, we
side.
are, with God's help.
Oh, absolutely. What else
Yes.
could we do? Well, I know along with your singing, you received many accolades and awards. And as you have gone through and you've seen Christian music, and how has that changed over the years? Have you noticed any change?
Well, there has been change and an ongoing change, but it's all getting better and better each year.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just happy that God has allowed me to be a part of it,
Oh, yes.
to sing songs about Him.
Well, it just confirms the calling God has placed in your life, and
Yes.
then you and your husband's life. And you were talking about some sadness that has happened in your life recently that you wanted to share with us too.
Well, a couple years ago, my sweet husband went to be with the Lord. And it's been tough. It's really been tough. But I can truthfully say that God has been with me every moment. From the very beginning, He's given me strength. He's given me peace. He has been my provider. He's been everything to me. So I just want to encourage women today that, you know, maybe going through these things in their lives as well, that God will make a way for people. He cares about what's happening in our lives.
He sure does.
And He knows. He'll be there in our deepest, darkest night.
Absolutely. And I know that in the midst of the deepest, darkest night, His presence has comforted you.
Yes.
And I also know that that if your husband would want you to keep singing and to share with others about the goodness and the faithfulness of God. And also, you have continued to honor God by continuing in the calling that He's given you.
Yes.
You know?
I don't want to do anything else. I want to be used of God, especially in these last days. And I know Bob would want me to go on. And one little thing that I wrote.
Okay, sure. Oh, this is your new work. We need to say this is a brand new work that just came out.
I wrote on the inside of this CD.
Yes.
One of the greatest joys of my life was traveling and singing alongside my husband, Bob, for 53 years. He's taken his final journey and is now singing in that heavenly choir. This collection of songs is dedicated to him, and I'm sure he must be looking over the balcony of heaven and shouting, "Go, Jeannie, and sing your heart out until we meet again."
Oh, that's beautiful.
But one day, we will sing together.
Absolutely.
Forever.
Oh, yes. You'll
So-
be part of that great band of witnesses cheering all those
Yes.
who are on,
Yes.
saying, "Come on, you can do it." God is faithful.
Yes, He is. And, you know, during the process of taking care of Bob, he only lived 3 months once he got sick. He had a stroke and never really recovered from that. But many times I would say, oh God, oh God. But every time He would come and comfort me and give me the strength that I need to face whatever was before me that day.
That's awesome, because it showed about God being faithful. And I am sure that music was also an anchor for you during this time.
When he first had a stroke and he was in the hospital, in the mornings I would put worship music on. And that was the only thing that sustained me.
Really?
Just worshiping the Lord.
Wow.
Start out going to where He was and being with Him. So music has been a big part of my life.
Oh, yeah. I mean, your music has been definitely more than a song. It's not only been your lifestyle, but it's been an anchor for you going through the tragedy, but it also helps to compel you to go on.
Right.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
What an encouragement. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I've heard a lot of singing about that land beyond the blue and the place that Jesus promised He'd prepare for me and you. And I've heard a lot of people talk about that land to be. So I made a little list of things I especially want to see. Oh, I want to see St. Peter when I reach that land on high. I want to ask Him for the address of my mansion in the sky. Then I'll stand upon the curbstone along the streets of gold. I'll look my mansion over where I'll live while ages roll. Oh, when I get up to heaven, when I've fought and won the race, when I finally stand in glory land, just a sinner saved by grace, and I hear the hallelujahs and the glad hosannas ring, as the saints from every tribe and tongue their Savior's praises sing. Oh, I have a precious husband who has fought and won the fight. Oh, I want to see and tell him that I made it through all right. And I know he'll be so happy, for he often prayed for me, that the Lord would make me just what I should be. pretending to be present when the marriage feast is set. Oh, I want to watch my Savior as he takes and breaks the bread. And I want to see the light that shines upon his blessed face as he lifts his nail-scarred hand and leads in saying grace. I get up to heaven when I fought and won the race, when I finally stand in glory land, just a sinner saved by grace, and I hear the hallelujahs and the glad hosannas ring as the saints from every tribe and tongue their sing those praises sing. Now when the angel takes the book of life in which our names are set, and he starts to read them over, going through the alphabet. And when he finally comes to my name, reads it loud and clear, I'm gonna stand upon my tiptoes, raise my hand and shout, I'm here.
Thank you for joining us for More Than a Song. We would love to hear from you. Contact us at family@ctvn.org or call us and we will pray with you for the Holy Spirit to move on your behalf. Until next time, keep looking for the message behind the music and listen to the new song that he sings over you. I'm Denise Graves, and I'll see you next week.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.